Black Laws, Edition 9, Artificial Person. An entity such as a corporation. So it doesn't say only a corporation, just such as a corporation. Created by law and given certain legal rights and duties of a human being. So an artificial person is an entity that's been given certain legal rights and duties of a human being. As you saw in Black Laws, it describes a legal person, an artificial person, as something that's been given a certain amounts of rights and duties that belong to a human being, but not all of the rights and duties. So an example of a legal person would be a police officer, a bank president, a truck driver, a doctor, a Canadian citizen, or even a public officer. All these would be considered legal persons. An artificial person, because each one of these persons have been given certain responsibilities and certain duties. For example, a police officer, he has a badge, he carries around a gun, and he's given certain authorities to place people under arrest, whether for a criminal charge or to arrest them to bring them before a judge. A bank president now, he's been given certain rights and certain duties also. Now he doesn't walk around with a gun and handcuffs, obviously not. So the duties and the rights that these legal persons have been given under law are different. And it's according to what their function is in the corporation or in the society, what role they are playing, how they are acting in the society. Black Laws, Edition 9, Citizen. A person who, by either birth or naturalization, is a member of a political community, owing allegiance to the community and being entitled to enjoy all its civil rights. Black Laws, Edition 9, Citizenship. The status of being a citizen. When you use the term Canadian citizen, when you refer to yourself as a Canadian citizen, when you say, I am a Canadian citizen, what you are declaring in law, what you are declaring legally, is you are saying, I am a legal person. That's what you're saying. I am a legal person. And as such, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms that Canada has in operation, they apply to me. They apply to me. Now, by saying that you are a Canadian citizen, you are saying that you are a subject and a servant of the Queen and the Queen's government, which is called Canada. That's what it means when you say Canadian citizen. The Canadian citizen, he swears or she swears and gives allegiance to the Queen or the government. It's a choice. Now, this Queen and government is de facto in power. Watch my video de facto. So there's no obligation. You're not obligated to swear and give your allegiance to the Queen and become a legal person under law. But if you do, then you're given certain rights that the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom affords a legal person. So the Canadian citizen who is a subject of the Queen and has given its allegiance to the Queen has certain rights and freedoms according to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And this Canadian citizen is considered a legal person. And because you are a Canadian citizen and are given certain rights and freedoms, you do not have all of your rights and freedoms. You do not have all of your natural freedoms. That which would be attached to a man, woman, and human. As you would find in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So if you would look at this like a hierarchy, a structure of a hierarchy, then you can see that the government, the police, the doctors, the lawyers, they all have more rights. They have more duties, more responsibilities than an average Canadian citizen, than just an average legal person. Because their title and the role that they are playing now, it gives them more rights. More rights. So the police officer has more rights than a Canadian citizen just has on the street. That's why the police officer can arrest you, give you tickets and so forth. Because the role that he's playing, it gives him more rights than you have as a Canadian citizen. The government, same situation. It has more rights to your legal person. Superior rights. And it gets that through the role that it's playing in your legal person with you as a Canadian citizen. Now the human, the man and the woman, there's no obligation to submit to any of this, to be part of any of this game, or any of this hierarchy structure. You see, all this here does not equate to equality. This whole system has nothing to do with equality. And the essence to our humanity is that we are all equal. Every single one of us, no matter what race, nationality, or religion. But the government in this system is the hierarchy. It controls and dominates at will. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Freedoms, Article 21. Everyone has the right to partake in the government of his country. No obligation, it's a right you can express, directly or through freely chosen representatives. Black Laws, Edition 9. Claim of Liberty. A petition to the Crown, filed in the Court of Exchequer, seeking the Attorney General's confirmation of liberties and franchises. So a claim of liberty is a petition to the Crown.